Well, hello and welcome back to the Damage Diecast review series. Today we're going to be going over Season 4. We got about half as many as we did in the past two videos, so this one will more likely be shorter. So let's go ahead and get on into it.
He's trying to take over second place from Eric Jones. Now down into, and there's trouble! There goes Kevin Harvick hard into the outside wall. He backed it up hard into the...
Starting off right here with Kevin Harvick's gear wrench number 4. Now, this one was from Auto Club Speedway. Now, there was a damaged car at Daytona. However, that car was reused plenty of times afterwards and redamaged once as well. Therefore, it does not really qualify to be in this video. Anyways, moving on to the Kevin Harvick car. The right rear tire blew out, and then he spun around and hit the outside wall coming off of turn number 4. And very next-gen-like kind of damage. A stiff, rigid rear end. Should have went away with a concussion, but didn't really feel the need to implement any injuries into the series. This car was reused a couple times, like for instance, I'm pretty sure it was reused in Season 5, where Josh Berry wrecked at Indianapolis. But yeah, a couple reuses from this car, and probably won't be reused ever again, because it is the SHR number 4, and it's not even a dark horse. So yeah, that is this car, and let's move on to the next one.
14 of Briscoe, that doesn't work. 3 wide for a second. Oh, there's a big crash! Down to the inside, hard into the wall goes the 2 of Cindric.
Moving on to race number 4 at Chicagoland Speedway. Honestly, one of the most underrated races, in my opinion, on my channel. But this is where Austin Cindric got loose off of turn 2, and shot down the track and killed the inside wall on a restart. Obviously, major damage to the passenger side of the car right here. Pretty rough damaged car here. This was reused a couple times as well. New Hampshire was reused at, and the Season 5 Daytona 500 it was reused in as well. It might have been reused somewhere else, but I'm not entirely sure. But just like the Kevin Harvick car, this is going to be retired and won't be reused unless I end up doing some sort of remastered of Season 4 or whatnot. So there's Austin Cindric's car.
Oh, big trouble! Bell upside down, sliding on his way down the back straightaway. Huge crash on the back stretch here in Atlanta.
And now we have the first flip of first damage flip of the season. And this was coming from Christopher Bell's Yahoo car. This was the race from Atlanta Motor Speedway, the first super speedway event for the AAPCS there at that facility. This was in the midst of the Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell rivalry that was going on. Neither of them ended up making the playoffs, which is ironic. And something funny about this car is that the wheels still spin. Of course, not this one though, because it doesn't get caught on the fender and all that, but the rear tires spin fairly well, and so does the right front. But obviously, you got a little bit of damage to the roof, not just the scratches, but it did slightly hit it with the top of the hammer just to make sure that it did crumple in just a little bit. But then again, it is part of the survival cell in the car, so it would not be damaged too much, but with the impact that it did take, it probably should have been damaged a little more. And then this is where the initial impact happened, where he got turned into the outside wall. But yeah, this is a pretty cool car, nice scheme. Honestly, I'm honestly pretty surprised that I didn't really use the Yahoo scheme that much for Bell. I think I used it 2 times, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check back on that, but it is on the older Camry, so unfortunately, unless Lionel decides to come out with a Yahoo Christopher Bell car, it will not be making its return, unless I make a custom of it if I feel like it. But for now, this is the last that we will ever see of the number 20 Yahoo car.
Almost on his side. Oh, it looks like Stenhouse washed up the track coming off of the corner.
Now this car skipped over Bristol, but it does return. Oh man, well that's not good. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car. Now this car was originally used at Bristol in season number 4, but was redamaged for Darlington and has stayed the same since. It's been reused a couple times, like in the finale of season 4, and I think 1 or 2 races in season 5. I'm not sure, maybe just once, or maybe not at all. I don't really remember. This is where this is where I took a hammer to the hood to bring the nose back out after I crushed it in at first for the Bristol crash. And then the rear end was also basically completely reshaped as well. It used to have a little opening here, and then I took some pliers, pulled this in, and then tried to hammer it down to make it look like he smashed the right rear quarter panel. But as you can see, it didn't really turn out that well. Looks like I'm also gonna have to re-glue this part in, because that's not supposed to be that way. But yep, that's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. What? That is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car, so we'll try to put it back into one piece, and then we'll move on to the next car.
Truex with the lead, and oh, there's a caution! Big crash for Kaz Gralla, major hit into the outside wall.
We have now hit the halfway mark in this video, so we're going to be going back to, or I say back to, we're going to be going to New Hampshire this time with Kaz Gralla, who blew a tire going into turn 1 at New Hampshire. The car spun around and took quite a nasty hit into the outside wall in turn 1. The rear end is pretty much destroyed. Right rear quarter panel is coming up, almost coming off as well. But a beautiful scheme that unfortunately I had a spare of, and decided that it would be funny to take a hammer and something else to it, like a chisel or whatever it was that I used for this. This was only used once, actually. This was a one-time use car, mainly because it's a scheme that you don't really see often much, and also the 50 car is not a full-time car. Well, at least it wasn't in my series. In other series, it could be full-time depending on what your preference is. Even though this is it's more damage, obviously, for the rear end impact than it is with the Kevin Harvick car. Actually, when you look at it this way, the Kevin Harvick car is actually pushed in more, it looks like. But this over here obviously has more damage, and this one was more of like a pancake hit. This one did hit on the corner of the car, so it does make sense that this one is a bit more crushed in, and this one is more of a flatter impact, which, you know, logically that does make sense. But of course, when you hit the outside wall, you spun around and all that. But yeah, that's the Pit Viper machine. Absolutely destroyed. Made some people cry, I already know it. But yeah, moving on to the next car.
Ryan Preece, that was a huge hit into the outside wall. See what happened there? Looks like he hit the bumps.
And probably the hardest hit to ever see the series is Harrison Burton. But a pretty big hit here for the number 21 of Harrison Burton. This right here, this is not blood. He did not hit a deer or a person, but he did hit the outside wall at Las Vegas, which is very evident here with the yellow streaks going down the side of his car. But if you've been paying attention, a lot of these damaged diecasts for the next gens have been from PTC molds, and that is no mistake. Obviously, PTC molds are the least popular molds for NASCAR diecast, and they are very disliked, highly disliked among the community. But looking at the car here, it almost has that, like, it's got that Gen 4 sort of look to it. I don't know, I just find that kind of funny how this thing got knocked around so hard that it started to look like a Gen 4, so that's kind of funny to me. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next car.
Truex is going to have a bit of a run on Chastain. He makes a block. Bad block. Big crash for Chastain. Hard into the outside wall.
And now the infamous bullet hole in the hood of the Advent Health Chevrolet Camaro. Ross Chastain took a nasty head-on collision into the outside wall at Nashville. A very nice looking scheme that did end up getting damaged. However, The damage does look pretty dang good. A pretty big hit for Ross Chastain here. Honestly, realistically, I should have flattened the nose a little more. Could have found a better way to do that, and the bullet hole thingy here, you know, where the rivet goes to hold the entire car together, that went ahead and fell out, and it's not even there actually. Oh, you can see right through. That's funny. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the second to last race of the season.
Now attacking the 10 car of Almirola. Oh, there's a crash, big crash for Chase Elliott. Around he goes, hard into the outside wall.
And then Chase Elliott did his best Noah Gragson impression and went ahead and blew his brake rotors going into turn 1 barrier at Gateway. Now, this is probably my most realistic next-gen damage job, I would say. For 2022, I should say. I have a few more realistic ones for like the more, you know, recent next-gen crashes, but for 2022's next-gen, this is fairly accurate, you know, because with the how rigid the car is, you know. Should have given him a concussion, but it was the second to last race of the season. But yeah, this essentially dashed Chase Elliott's hopes to becoming the season 4 champion. But as we all know, and as you guys have seen it, Chase Elliott became the season 5 champion. Took a big lick into the outside wall, and he was actually running 4th, I think, in the maybe 3rd, and yeah, he was on his way to make it into the final 4 before this happened. So very unfortunate for him. Really, one of my favorite things about this car is, I don't know when this happened or how this happened. If you look at the tire right here, it kind of looks like it's flat. That way that when it sits, it does kind of look like it's kind of folding in on itself and making it look like it is an actual flat tire, which I feel is pretty cool. But yeah, that'll do it for the number 9 machine. And now moving on to the second to last car of this video.
Green flag's back in the air. They're even on the restart. Oh, there's problems there. Almirola hard into the outside wall. Instantly, as we...
From number 9 to number 10 of Eric Almirola, he, in the same corner, actually, on the restart right after Chase Elliott's crash, went ahead and spun around. He made contact with Kevin Harvick, his teammate, on the inside, which somehow spun him around and ended up, you know, overcorrecting so bad that he ended up completely slamming the outside wall with his driver's side, not his passenger side, driver's side. And very similarly to Harrison Burton, my boy turned into a gentleman. Anyways, so yeah, big damage here. Put a little bit of white on his, put a bit of white paint marker on the door as well to sort of seal that, you know, that immersion that he hit the outside wall at Gateway. However, if you've seen the Gateway video or either of my Gateway races from my series, you will know that the walls are not white there. They are made of black weather stripping. That is not white. So the point of putting the white paint marker right here on the car to signify an impact with a white painted wall just does not make any sense to me at all. Moving on to the last car of the video.
What happened here? It looks like Alex Bowman gave a bump to the 6 car, and look at Tyler Reddick. Let's take a look and see what happened. Oh, it looks like a tire went loose. That, or he just lost it after he hit the...
Now, this car does not look anything like what it used to when it was first damaged. This was actually reused for the Indianapolis race in season number 5. However, I'm going to use this for this video because this is basically what a more realistic version of the crash would have looked like that was in the season 4 finale. I will play both crashes, actually. You guys have probably seen both of them already. But yeah, I will play the season 4 finale and well, I'll be damned. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and hope that did not happen again. anyways, go ahead and look at the driver's side here. Brad Keselowski, he killed it. He killed it at Indianapolis, and Bowman absolutely destroyed him at Milwaukee. This is probably one of my favorites, I would say, for my damaged cars. I really wish I could reuse it, but for the simple fact that it is not a dark horse, you know, you can't just randomly put a regular Mustang into the field, especially when the schemes aren't even matching, and Kingswan isn't even with RFK anymore. So yeah, this is Keselowski's car. Pretty rough, pretty screwed up here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe. But yeah, please be sure to share the video and all that, you know, let people know what is going on here and all that. And if you did enjoy, please be sure to like and comment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.